Welcome to the Shergroup podcast, where we share ideas on how to help businesses grow and prosper in the online world. Join host, Chief Shergroupie, Claire Sambrook, as she discusses her digital journey and how Shergroup is helping thousands to keep their business flowing and growing. Here on the Shergroupie podcast.
Hello there, it's Claire from the Shergroupie podcast, and welcome to March 2022, the month of International Business Ideas. Who knew? I didn't know there was such a month in place, but apparently there is, and so we're going to embrace that with our content in March and bring you some ideas both from Shergroup's current portfolio of services and solutions, but also our heritage services and things that we're doing in our research and laboratory lab to give us new solutions for the future. I hope that in March 2022 you're in a good place. I can understand if you're feeling a bit fed up because the pandemic and everything else that's going on in the world can leave us feeling like that. But we can't control some of these things, but the things that we can control are what goes on in our business. And I actually think that's good therapy for us. Keeps us busy, keeps us engaged with our business and our customers. And yes, what will happen in the world, but we can focus on actually taking care of ourselves and our families and our work families. So as business owners, hang on to that, won't you? Because it will get you through your moments when you're perhaps not feeling quite as positive as you would like to be. So there are so many ways to think about this month of International Business Ideas. But I think for us, we see digital transformation for businesses and for Shergroup as a huge opportunity. You know, I actually run 3 devices, a laptop, a tablet and phone. I've just taken delivery of an iPad with OneNote on it. I don't know if you've ever used OneNote, but it's a fantastic way to capture ideas. You can write it down as if you had a notebook, and then you can catalogue it and bring that list back. I'm a great list person, and so I actually love OneNote because, and I've only been using it for about a week, but I've already got so many different notebooks with different ideas and different meeting notes and ideas and challenges, opportunities, things that I need to check, all actually categorized. And this is proving to be very helpful for me because I can go back over things and look at what I recorded and what I said. So if you haven't used Microsoft OneNote, I don't know what the Google equivalent is, but I do recommend it as a way of capturing everything that you've got to do and then organising it instead of having it perhaps in a diary where you forget what you wrote last month. So that's one little idea of digital transformation. But I seem to go everywhere now with my laptop, my tablet and my phone. I can't seem to leave any one of them behind. Perhaps my laptop I do leave behind, but certainly my iPad, I've started taking that out to client meetings, and it's a very, very useful tool. But the word digital, I mean, it's in everything, isn't it? I mean, I don't know about you, my generation, you know, the first thing that we started to see that was going digital was, you know, we got digital watches. You know, we thought that was pretty cool. Remember the old digital watch that gave you the number of the time in digits? And we thought that was fascinating. And then, of course, we've just gone on and on and on with growing devices, computers, and all the gadgets that we have today. And I love it. I absolutely love it. But how do we actually harness all of this digitization and bring it into our businesses so we can make money from it? I mean, these are not toys that we buy just for the sake of it. The whole path of digitization, certainly in our work lives, should be to make us more efficient and reduce overhead and give us a bigger margin because it's costing less to produce our product or service. Now, I don't know about you, but I love all of this digital stuff. I mean, I have been a Trekkie since my dad sat me down and we started watching Star Trek back in 1966, I think. I was about 4 years old, so you can date me from there. And then I remember going to see Star Wars. My first Star Wars film I went to see in 1976 with my dad. And then, sadly, the last film that I watched with my dad was Iron Man 3, which he thought was amazing. So you've got 3 universes there: Star Trek, Star Wars, and Marvel. And I've lived my life with the lithium crystals and getting to an M-class planet, and I'm still on that journey even today. So where are you in your digital journey? You may have your operations that are digital, and I'm sure you do. I'm sure you have computer systems for building product, managing the delivery of services, case management systems. Much of that side of your business you will be looking at digitization, I'm sure. But what about the marketing of your business? How about getting your business, getting it some awareness using digitization? What are you doing about that? And I only ask that question because Shergroup's been on its own journey to build a path of digitization when it comes to its brand. And it's been a path in which I think we have had to really look at what we want Shergroup to be in the future, like 20 years ahead. And what I didn't want Shergroup to be 20 years ahead was to be a High Court enforcement agency. And the reason for that is because I come from a background of both being a lawyer and an enforcement professional. And as a lawyer, I'm a problem solver. People bring me problems and I solve them for them. And I solve them in a very pragmatic way. And that's part of the DNA of Shergroup. And indeed, I come from a long line of people like that in my business. The DNA of Shergroup was set long before I arrived. Because when you're a sheriff, High Court enforcement officer, it's a fusion of the law and the practicality. When you're taking control of goods or you're taking back possession of property, you have the legal framework, which is obviously very important, but you also have the practical framework that is also very important. You've got to be able to deliver the operational plan or the process for taking control of goods, any type of goods, in a systematic way. So in both of those areas, we've looked at digitization and we have case management systems that handle that. But what about our brand awareness and how are we using our brand, which we created in 2003 actually, from our brand cubes come from the guy that created the BMW logo. It's a little bit of Shergroup heritage for you. How do we get our brand and make it aware and make people understand what we're trying to do? Well, obviously podcasts help, videos help, TV shows help, and we're very fortunate to have a number of ways to be able to make our brand accessible to anyone that wants to look at it. But TV shows are not sustainable. Podcasts are sustainable as long as I keep doing them and we have guests. We're going to start having guests on the podcast. And all of those things apply to any business. I don't think that Shergroup is special in this way. And the one thing that I think I have been on a journey to find is how to make the heart of our universe, which is our website, relevant, modern and future-proofed, so that we're able to, I wouldn't say I anticipated a pandemic, but I always have in the back of my mind that government could change its approach to High Court enforcement. I think that's unlikely now, because we've been doing this now for nearly 20 years under the new regulations, and I think we've done a good job for government. But there's always that little seed of doubt in the back of my mind that somebody might try to upset the apple cart. And if they did, we'd need to have other businesses to be able to support the Shergroup brand and to move the Shergroup brand forward. So I'm interested in building a business solutions group because it future-proofs the group from changes that I have no control over. And that's what the pandemic has probably shown you. You need to future-proof your business against risks that you cannot control. You could not control the virus coming out of Wuhan. You could not control government lockdowns. And now we have on the horizon a conflict in Europe, and you can't control that either. But your business has got to continue, because you've got to continue to make money. You've got to continue to look after your staff and your customers. And so how can you use brand awareness and selling more of your product and service to a bigger audience? And that's what Shergroup is on a journey to talk about. Its own experience and hopefully giving you some ideas on how you can grow your brand in the same way. Now, I know there are lots of commentators out there who are, well, I wouldn't say they're talking about it. There are some very big gurus out there. I mean, I follow people like Ryan Dice, Molly Pittman, Pat Flynn, Jen Lehner, and Nigel from Entrepreneur Circle, Nigel Botterill. And these are all great guys. And what they're telling us is how to use Facebook, use Google Ads, use our website, and get our marketing done and get our brand out there. I think what Shergroup is doing is saying, okay, well, that's the advice. Let's put that into a package that you can actually use. Let's give you a certain amount of content each month, a website that we know we can drive traffic through. Let's check your keywords. Let's check your backlinks. And let's help you build up your traffic. Because traffic is the thing that you need to bring you brand awareness. And traffic leads to leads, and leads lead to sales, and sales lead to growth. That's what all this is about. And I just don't think that people have really put that in a way for business owners. And we hope that we can help some of our community in this way. They haven't put the logic of what all this buzz about digital transformation is. And we want to show you how we're doing. So when you look at our website, it's different to every other website out there for our traditional services, but we don't see ourselves in that traditional role. We see ourselves as partly in that traditional role, but we really see ourselves as business problem solvers. So, in that vein, what problems have we solved for people in the last week? Well, you know, we have our business solutions advisors. We don't call them business problem solvers. We call them business solutions advisors. And they do a wonderful job in helping our client community through their problems. And this, I suppose this last month, where we've gone through our Google ads, we've looked at the communities that we're helping and seeing, landlords are a growing part of our community. And I think the reason for this is because, yes, we're attracting them into Shergroup through our our digital strategies. But when they get to us, it's clear from the conversations that we're having with them that they are very poorly served. Their process on the face of it looks very simple. Serve a notice, wait the relevant period. If that doesn't get your rent paid or your tenant doesn't leave, then issue a claim for possession, claim the rent arrears, and then get to your possession order position, which will be your possession order for recovering your land and then your property, and then the arrears, and then enforce it if the tenant still doesn't comply. Now, on the face of it, that seems to be relatively simple. But what we're seeing is a lot of confusion from landlords and letting agents about the formalities of the correct notices, the form of claim, and then when it gets to enforcement, just story after story of delay and failure to enable them to enforce in the High Court because they haven't got the right order. And I think this is important because landlords, what we also see and hear is that landlords are doing their utmost and have been very patient with tenants as we work through the pandemic. And we want to see landlords being able to engage in the process of going to court and getting the relevant judgment and then being able to enforce it easily. So landlords are a big area where we think we can add value. And Jackie has been helping a landlord this week who was completely confused about her Section 21 notice. And we actually sent that to our legal team to review. Not only that notice, but actually the landlord's process for drafting a notice on this property or any other property, and then getting that right from them, and then getting their claim issued and getting the necessary wording in the claim form so they could transfer up when it came to it. Raz has been helping clients all week. She's had a great week, but she's helped a client particularly who had 3 county court judgments, and Raz took her through the process of transferring up the judgments to the High Court. The client is able to use our website to buy the product and pay for the product online. So that's great. It makes it easy. We find that people do want to talk to us about our products before they use them, and that's absolutely fine. The number's at the top of our website, 0203 588 4240. Make a note of that number. You'll find it as soon as you put it into shergroup.com. That will take you through to our answering service, and they will either put you through or send a message to a BSA, Business Solutions Advisor, to get back to you. We have a very joined up process about how we handle phone calls into Shergroup, and trust me, none of them get lost. So we've been able to help a newbie to the CCJ product, which is great. Thousands and thousands of CCJs are sitting out there waiting to be enforced. And again, brand awareness. We have to spread the word on any channel possible about what Shergroup can do for court users, how we can help them. Anthony this week has been helping a client who was incredibly disappointed with the services of a apparently renowned debt recovery company. That's Anthony's words, not mine. Somewhere in the UK. And this company didn't even attempt to enforce a writ of control before it expired, leaving the client empty-handed. Now look, there's a process to issuing a writ through a High Court enforcement officer. And if you manage your database, this is your digitised operation. If you run your report of your database every day, you're checking your writs every day, you're looking at how long they've been on any given status every day. No writ goes into a black hole. No writ gets left behind. Every writ gets a visit. And when you pass the visits out to your agents, whether they're employed or self-employed, really doesn't matter. It's all about getting the visit done with people that can collect money or recover possession. Then again, you keep that under review. You check your service level and you make sure that a writ of control ideally should be visited within 7 days, but because of extremities and different operational issues, we give ourselves up to 30 days to visit any address. So no writ can expire because it hasn't had an attendance. So if you've got a writ with another provider and you're into 6 months, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and you haven't had an attendance, you haven't had a report, an alarm bell should be ringing that their digitised process is not working for you. And give us a call and we'll tell you how to claw that writ back and give it to us and we'll deal with it. Because with us you will get an attendance within 30 days and quicker if it's a popular area like London, Birmingham, etc. Okay, so this is where digitisation, the tools in digitisation are there, but are they being used efficiently? And I think in Shergroup, our tools for operations are very efficient. We can run a report any day. We can have insight. And in fact, we do run the reports every day. They get delivered to our inboxes and we can see as a team every day what is happening in any part of Shergroup. So I don't know if that works for you and what you've got going on in your business, whatever type of business you're in, but reports and seeing reports and reading, learning to read them quickly and analyse where you are, I think is really, really important. Worse still, the company that, this renowned debt recovery company, wanted to charge a large upfront fee to take the debt on. Now look, don't pay large upfront fees to debt recovery companies to take the debt on. How are they going to get paid? They're going to charge you a commission. And if your terms and conditions are right, they're going to pass that commission on to your customer. If you haven't got a term in your terms and conditions that allows you to charge your customer the cost of recovering the debt, then talk to us, because we'll review your terms and conditions and we'll give you that clause so that you can pass the cost of recovering a late paid invoice onto the customer. Sorry, onto the debtor. Apologies. Onto the debtor. And I think that's important. And don't pay large upfront fees to people you don't know to take the debt on. What they should be doing is proving to you that they can collect the debt and getting on with it as quickly as possible. So in the end, that customer made use of our no collect, no fee solution. So they haven't had to pay anything up front. They're just given us the debt and then we crack on and look to collect it. We also had, on our security side, we've had a lot of inquiries about securing property to avoid squatters getting in. And that could be before we've got an order for possession, after we've got an order of possession, after we've evicted people from the site. In fact, that's how we got into the security business, because we were evicting people from sites and the security companies weren't robust enough to keep people out. So we set up Shergroup Security to be that robust security provider. We're also using a lot of security canines, particularly in London. And this is a very good way. It's a bit of an extra hourly cost, but it does mean you only have to have really the one security guard handler with the canine on duty at any one time, patrolling. And obviously nobody wants to get tangled up with a snarling dog in a safe way if they're trying to trespass a site. So it's a very good way of protecting empty commercial property. And you can find all those solutions on our website under cash flow solutions, property solutions and security solutions. So what does all this mean for our community this week? Well, we've taken some quite acute problems from their desks and given them the solution. We've done the problem solving piece that we like to do. We've helped them. And what that should mean is that acute problem is off the desk and they can get on with running their business. And you have to then ask, well, if you take those problems away, what problems are they left with? And probably it's going to be, I've got to do something about my website, and I've got to do something about how I charge my customers, and I've got to do something about getting more business in the door. So I would encourage business owners, as I have been encouraged by Nigel Botterill, to spend at least 90 minutes a day on marketing your business, looking at your website, critically looking at your website, looking at how you can build your website into the centre of your universe. If that is something that you would like to outsource to Shergroup, then ask for our digital marketing review. Let's have a look at where you are. We do a very simple PowerPoint report that basically takes all the various elements of your digital marketing, and within a few slides you will see exactly where you are on your digital journey. So if that's something that you would like to use and talk to us about, then just email us at hub@shergroup.com or call us on 0203 588 4240. We're here to make that part of your digital journey as easy as possible, and that's something that we can do as well as all the other things that we do in Shergroup. So that's setting the scene for March 2022 International Business Ideas Month. Hope you have a great month ahead, and we'd love to hear from you. What are your challenges? What problems do you need solving? Come on, give them to us. We're here to help you. Take advantage of what Shergroup has to offer. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Shergroupie podcast. To join our Shergroupie community, subscribe by going to our website at www.shergroup.com. Keep up with the latest Shergroup news across all our main channels, including YouTube, LinkedIn, and across all social media. Stay connected and begin building more business relationships.